Hey everyone, Gambit here. I wanted to do a response video to 123COMICMANS contest, and his contest was for what X-Men story. The response had to be what X-Men story stands out to you, and these are going to be a little weird, but this is when I first started actually getting into comics, or not collecting so much, but just reading comics. And you'll tell why I didn't start collecting them back back in the day because of these issues. You'll totally know why. Yeah, these two X-Men issues. I know it's only one, but it's part of a story, so I have both of them. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old I was. I was like 9 or 8 when these books came out. Or actually, yeah, around there. And these were like the first ones. I was watching, the TV show a lot, and along with like Batman, the animated series and stuff. And I remember I went to my first comic shop, and this was the first issue that jumped out to me. It was it was funny. I still have the 2 issues, and so I'll just show them right here. It's issue 46 and 47. This is the X Babies storyline. And actually, I'll do it this way because that's 47. This is 46. Obviously, I don't have them in there and kind of protective sleeves, and I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, this was the first 2 comics I've ever got, and over the years they've seen better days. But I just remember that I never stopped. I couldn't get that many comics when I was little because I didn't have that much money and stuff like that. But I read these comics so much that I'll show you just as proof. There's a huge rip here, and that was taped by me, of course. That's how you can see tape marks all over the place. There's folds. I mean, it was pretty beat up. There's actually, this cover actually came off, and I stapled it when I was little. I know this is like the worst thing you can do to comics, but I remember I was pretty young, and I just love these books. And yeah, there's Jay and Silent Bob, Mallrats on the back. Yeah, even with this one too. I don't think this one has staples in it, but I mean the cover's coming apart at the top. I mean, these are the first ones I got, so I kind of keep them. I have them in bag and boarded, just for the sake of saying that. I still have the first 2 comics I got, but yeah, I bought these 2, and this is actually, I started copying this cover when I was little. I copied everything from this whole book. Actually drew out the whole book at one point, but I don't know where that went. Yeah, it was good practice, I guess. And it was cool. I really like the storyline. The storyline is that the X-Babies come from another dimension, and I just read this again just to kind of get up to speed. And this guy, Magog and Gog, it's like 2 people, you see them at the end here, are chasing them down through dimensions. Should I get there here? No, there we go. Oop, I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's Magog and Gog, or Gog and Magog. Yeah, they're coming to get the X-Babies because they're not supposed to be in this dimension and stuff, and it's a pretty cool storyline. It's not anything crazy, but it means a lot to me, just because it's the first comic books. And it's funny, Cyclops is in it as the leader, of course, but he has a lisp, and I don't know if you can read this, but he has a lisp, and everything he says is just like, he says, naturally, there'th a very reasonable explanation for all this. And I don't know, it's just funny that he has like a lisp, and some of them talk, you know, childish and stuff, but it's funny that Cyclops, out of all of them, the leader would have a lisp. It's a cool story. Gambit's in it, another reason. And this is actually, I mean, another reason I started liking Gambit, because I think this is it, really. He has multiple, like, addition and times cards. Like, just math cards. Like flashcards. Yeah, it's funny. It's just a funny issue. Here's Gambit and Bishop in the beginning. And Bishop and Gambit are still talking about how Gambit betrays the X-Men at some point. That's what the whole storyline is. And Bobby and Jean are in a library looking for something to get her niece, I think. And then, yeah, Storm and Iceman, the baby Storm and Iceman are there. Or something, I don't know where. Anyway, this is a really cool issue. And it ends with, of course, them, the X-Babies are trying to get to the X-Men for help away from them. And, at the end, you know, those Gog and Magog come in to get them. And, oh, this just opened up. Yeah. Let me try to find something else here. So the next issue is like, I guess when Gog and Magog came in, they destroyed the whole club that they were at, and supposedly killed Bishop and Gambit, but of course they didn't. They got out of the building, and then finally Gog and Magog caught up with the X-Babies and was going to kill them. And then here's Baby Storm and Baby Iceman. They went to go get them for help, to go help the others because they got separated. Yeah, and then finally Gambit shows up with Bishop, and a big fight happens, and it looks like they're about to lose, and they're gonna eat the babies. That's what it looked like. The thing is gonna eat the babies. I'll get to that point. Where is it? Right here. Oh no. Yeah, like right here. See. So this is gonna hurt. You probably can't. It won't focus, but he's like, mouth is open, about to eat them. And you hear stop, and you see this person here, and then bowing down, and they left, you know, them alone. And you find out that it's Dazzler, and Dazzler had left the X-Men because she married Longshot, and Longshot, I guess, became some kind of political, I don't know, some kind of force in a different dimension, I guess, and these are like his henchmen, and but they're like bad henchmen, so they respect Dazzler, but they wanted to like kill the babies, the X-Babies. But then Dazzler ends up just protecting them, taking them into her custody and protecting them. It's a cool story. Nothing crazy, but it just means a lot to me. Just because they're the first comics. I mean, I at one point I had drawn the whole comic, or drew, yeah, that's it for me. It's just issue 46 and 47 of X-Men, and yeah, everybody go check out 123COMICMANS, and subscribe to him if you haven't already. And that's it. I'm out here, guys. Thanks.